They said the big three far as hip hop in the 2010s is Drake, J. Cole, and K. Dot. Who's number 4?
2010s?
2010s.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd say Future.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's not a bad answer.
That's not a bad one.
I was 2010s. Yeah, Future's.
2010s.
I would.
That's a Future.
Future's probably. I'm going with you on that, Randall. That's where my mind went first too. High key, as far as impact and like how like music is like made today and people be moving, I would have to say, yeah, Future. Another name that does come to mind though, Travis Scott.
That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
what you think, Matt?
I gotta give honorable mention to Wiz Khalifa at the early 2010s. He was all over.
Hear me out, Matt. The only reason why I didn't say Wiz, because you talking to you talking
100%.
You're talking me right now. That's me. You talking me. The only reason I didn't put Wiz was because his impact was like that very first pocket of the 2010s. But Wiz Khalifa, in my opinion, is one, if not the most influential rappers of my childhood.
He's an icon.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I got a name for y'all. Y'all probably ain't gonna like it. But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Nicki Minaj.
Oh.
That's valid.
Yeah.
No, I love Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I expected some pushback on that.
That's my favorite female rapper of all time. I don't got nothing to say about Nicki.
But no, if you really think about it, like,
Nicki,
and the way that she really like kind of mothered a lot of like, because the way like a lot of the female rappers are dominating the genre right now, like
she paved the way.
She really started off like in the early 2010s with that. So if you really think about it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, who do you think all them female rappers was looking up to when they was little kids, when they was little girls? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nicki for sure. I would just kept it more like with the males. So any woman that's watching this right now, I'll just apologize. I didn't realize we was talking about the females too, because Nicki would have been there. But shout out to Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, shout out to Nicki Minaj.
Stacey won the female vote with his one right there. That's for sure.
hey, I'm always looking out for the ladies.
Good look.
100%.
But fellas, this is the last episode of 2024. This is our end of the year special, our third consecutive, where we're just gonna go back through the memories of this year, talk about who's the best male athlete and female athlete, Hamilton, and then also get into the best sports moments and look ahead to 2025. But let's just start with, what was your best sports moment of this year, 2024? Let's start with Randy.
Well, my favorite sports moment of this year, given that I'm a Dodger fan, it was Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam in the World Series. I mean, it was really one of the unbelievable moments, especially like given the setting of, it being like the Yankees and the Dodgers. You saw earlier, Giancarlo Stanton, he hits a home run and then the Yankees go ahead. And the Dodgers end up back and tied up, and then it sets up for basically the modern Kirk Gibson moment for the Dodgers, for Freddie Freeman to set up that grand slam, and that really just set the tone for really was a coordination of like what the Dodgers making that World Series run. So for me personally, that was my favorite moment of 2024.
Oh, definitely a great moment. Hamilton, you're up next.
Shout out to the city. That's one of my favorite moments of this year too. But I'll take it to the Olympics. Watching that last game, the championship game, and just watching, all three of my guys who really been holding down the league since I was, middle school, even before that. Just to watch them all be together and ball out, get the goal together. Something that we probably will never see again. It was just a great moment for the game of basketball, which quite frankly right now is it's in jeopardy.
Yeah, that was a great Olympics. I was watching that during my boot camp at grad school and, just keeping up with the game. So it was very exciting. Noah, favorite sports moment?
My favorite sports moment this year is definitely got to go to Shohei Ohtani making the 50-50 club. I got add on to the Euphoria Dodger year this year, so I got you, Randall. But dude, no, like, especially on the fact he went 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, a single, 2 stolen bases. Like, holy crap, dude! Like, that's got to be the best, like, individual game of baseball I've ever seen, like, anyone achieve. Like, that's insane. Like, and he hit that, and he hit those home runs in, like, one of the hardest ballparks to hit a home run, too. So I'm just like, dude, if you really, like, set a club like that, like, you're truly something special. So that one for sure.
Yeah, I think the word special when describing Shohei is an understatement now. It's like,
Oh yeah,
it's like how much more great can he be, man? Like,
yep,
incredible. Matt, favorite sports moment this year?
All right, so I'm going to take it to the FCS and just show some love to my Montana State Bobcats. I believe their first undefeated season ever, and they're looking like heavy favorites to win their first FCS championship since the 80s. They look dominant. Tommy Malott is balling. So, any Montana State fans who are watching this, I got you. I made sure to shout you all out. The run game is dominant. The defense, hopefully we can hold up against teams like South Dakota or, North Dakota State. We face them in the playoffs. So, yeah, I definitely got to go with the Bobcats clinching their first undefeated season.
Nice.
That's
Unconventional.
what's up.
Yeah. Shout out to the FCS. There's some great schools in that realm of college football. I'm going to go an unconventional route, too. And I'm going to take it to WWE with Cody Rhodes winning the Undisputed Championship versus Roman Reigns. Finished the story. He finished the story. We all know the story. His father was never the world heavyweight champion. I believe he got to the intercontinental level, but never world heavyweight champion. Cody Rhodes was in WWE. Then he bounced around, came back, won a Royal Rumble back-to-back years, and finally defeated Roman Reigns, who held that title for nearly 4 years, I think. Was a dominant run for Roman Reigns, but a well-deserved moment for Cody Rhodes. And that kind of shot WWE back in that stratosphere. Like, they're going to be a major player when it comes to sports and entertainment again. They're going to be on Netflix Raw starting January 6th. So it worked out.
Wow.
Any wrestling fans?
Yeah, you know what? I should bring my grandma in here because my grandma is and I'm not even playing, she is the biggest WWE fan. She loves the WWE, man.
awesome.
To this
That's
very
awesome.
day. I mean, I used to, when I was a little boy, watching the WWE, watching Shawn Michaels and Triple H with Evolution and all that stuff. I used to sit right there with my grandma every Monday morning or Monday night watching Raw. So yeah, shout out grandma for real.
Nice. What's her favorite wrestler of all time? If you know.
Oh, I would have to say all time. I would have to probably say Stone Cold.
Hey,
Stone Cold.
Nice.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. But she loves the new guys too. She loves Roman Reigns. She loves Cody Rhodes. She likes the new guys too. So.
Oh yeah. Roman Reigns, one of my favorites. My all-time favorite. I don't know how she feel about this, given their rivalry. The Rock.
She loved The Rock. I'm gonna tell you another one she loved. The Big Show. When the Big Show used to come on,
Big Show,
man, you had never seen a bigger WWE fan until you watch my grandma watch wrestling. It's comical.
Big Show in his early days was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like for him to be that big and move like that, like dude,
Big Show
was insane. Yeah, Big Show was insane.
Well, hell yeah.
Great memories. Let's go move to the male athlete of the year. It's been a lot of male athletes that's been taking center stage this year, but only one can stick out in our minds. So let's go ahead around the room again. Randall, male athlete of the year, who you got?
I gotta go Shohei Ohtani. Once again, he's in the 50-50 club. And you gotta think, this is a season where he's not even pitching on the mound. I think he took it upon himself, coming to a new team. He's like, hey, I'm not pitching this year, but what I'm gonna do other things. I'm gonna steal these bases. I'm gonna help the team in other ways. So, when you look at it like that, and then he comes and has the season he had, and keep in mind, like in the first couple weeks of the season, like he didn't even hit his first home run for the Dodgers yet. And then now he goes and has a 50-50 season, the first time that's ever been done before. He's already on a team, with Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, two, future Hall of Fame players, a team stacked full of, all-star caliber players. And Shohei is really just a level above even those guys. I mean, it's really just been remarkable to see, and just, being a Dodger fan and following the team for several years. just being able to watch him every single day this season and just have the season that he has, like it was really remarkable to see. So from that vantage point, I would say he's the male athlete of the year.
Yeah, I think he was my pick last year or the year before that. Like, again, this is our third one, SOS End of Year Special. So, like, man, he can be a candidate every year. He's that great. He is that great. Noah, male athlete of the year, who you have?
You know what? I'm going to show some love to Travis Hunter, man. Got to give props for him and with Heisman, bro. I mean, if you can play both sides of the ball with as many snaps as he's doing and damn near leading the nation and what he's doing, that's different too. I mean, that's hella impressive. I mean, bro's literally like Deion Sanders reincarnated. Like it's like gotta give it to him. And Genty had a great year too, but I'm proud that I'm glad that Travis Hunter got his.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't Genty, that was my vote for the Heisman. I definitely would have voted for Travis Hunter. You gotta respect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not only he plays both sides of the ball, but he's great at both sides of the ball. Like
he's amazing.
He don't really have a weakness. But let me ask this question, everybody. Now you going to the NFL? I think it's going to be difficult for him to play both sides of the ball effectively, given that the game is.
Oh, he's not going to.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I doubt it. But which side of the ball should he pick?
Corner.
Yeah, corner.
Yeah.
Because they pay him more.
I mean, he make more as a receiver, but I think he's probably slightly better at corner, and then maybe they could use him like at times on offensive packages, like because with Deion they did do that in times when he was in Dallas, like they would use Deion on the offensive end. So I can see them doing a little bit of that, but now it's really been out. If he wants to make more money, then he probably would have to go receiver since these high end receivers are making $35+ million a year.
Sure. I also think it's harder. It's more rare to find a really good corner nowadays compared to a really good corner. So.
Yeah, definitely. Matt, male athlete of the year, who you got?
Probably going to make the Laker fans in here mad, but I'm going to go with Jalen Brown. Won the Finals MVP. Got to give respect.
Oh,
yeah. He picked up the slack when Tatum was struggling, and he showcased he can be that number one option on a very deep Boston Celtics team because they are loaded with talent. He averaged a respectable 22, 4 and 6 in that finals run. He's a great two-way player, and he's kind of an ascending superstar in today's league. And I know he got left off the Team USA roster. That's a whole separate issue. But and even this year, he's still continuing to be a staple of a very solid Boston team that does have the capability to repeat. So I've got to go with Jalen Brown.
Okay, that's a little bit out of the left field. I would never thought you. I gotta respect the opinion, like, and it's valid too. He did have a great finals run. Yeah,
Finals MVP.
He did prove a lot. Yeah,
Finals MVP.
Best player throughout that whole playoff run too, not just the finals.
All right, Hamilton, what's up?
Male athlete of the year, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. We're witnessing arguably the second GOAT, arguably the GOAT. Who knows? I mean, his trajectory is just so crazy right now. Already with the back-to-back Super Bowl in a dramatic fashion in both of them too. Mind you, remember the one against the Eagles, I believe it came down really to the last play or the last couple plays. They only won that by a touchdown or so, if I'm not mistaken.
Field goal.
Field goal, thank you. Yeah, it came down. I remember it came down. Yeah, thank you. It's been a while. I remember. It's been a while, but I remember.
Me.
Yeah, but I remember. Thank you. And then last year or this year, whatever you want to call it, against the 49ers, how they were losing that game and then was able to make some plays down at the end to finally end up winning. I just think that Patrick Mahomes right now is something we really haven't ever seen. And even right now with his team, probably arguably the weakest team he's had from an offensive standpoint. He's still finding ways to make it get the job done. Only lost one game this year. So I just really want to see some history happen. And I think he can do it.
And then I think they just activated Hollywood Brown too from injury.
Yeah.
So if they get that chemistry down pat, oh man. All right, my male athlete of the year, I'm going to stay in the NFL, and I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson been turning it up. Last year, had 3,678 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And I think he won MVP, right?
Yep.
This year,
Better numbers.
3,590 yards, 34 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions.
Balling.
Yeah, he is balling. He can win MVP. He will be the outright favorite if it wasn't for Josh Allen's story.
I feel like
there's a go ahead.
Yeah, no. You're right. You go ahead, Stacey.
Yeah, the storyline is leaning toward Josh Allen, but
Yeah,
I think we need to recognize how great Lamar Jackson is. Like, this is what, like 7 year in the league. He's won multiple MVPs. I mean, he still hasn't gotten that Super Bowl. He hasn't gotten over that hump yet, but neither has Josh Allen. And we need to talk about him more as being one of the best quarterbacks of this era. So I'm gonna give him his props on that.
Yeah. Shout out Lamar. I mean, I feel like the media is really, really, really biasing Josh Allen.
For sure.
Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Ravens beat the Bills this year?
35.
Yeah, they smoked. They smoked.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems like the media is pushing hard for Josh Allen, who's having a great season. Don't get me wrong. And I understand that storyline matters a little bit, but how do you give somebody the MVP when somebody has better numbers? If you're telling me, you know what I mean? And I think that's a bigger topic for later on about what an MVP really is, or what the MVP is and what the criteria is, because even in the NBA it switches. You know, growing up, it was the best player on the team #1 seed. Then it was, whatever narrative it needed to be for that year. Because there was years, if I'm thinking about basketball, I watched, Steve Nash win over Shaq and Kobe in their primes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what is the criteria? Like, what is the MVP? And I'm seeing it again with Josh Allen. He had, all I know is in a 2-week span, Lamar Jackson went from being the lead favorite to being second. And in that 2-week span or 2-3 week span, Josh Allen lost the game. He lost the game to the Rams, and people were talking about, oh yeah, he the MVP. Well, how you lose the game and people still talking about the MVP, regardless if you balled out or not. On the flip side to that, and I'm sorry, I'm a little passionate about this because it's been bothering me. On the flip side to that, Jared Goff been balling all season. He had one game where he had 5 interceptions, won that game, mind you. And all of a sudden, no one talks about Jared Goff no more.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Now, he also had a perfect game too, though, against Seattle.
Yeah, sure. I watched that game. Sure, I did. So, am I tripping? It just feels like the media is pushing so hard for Josh Allen, bro. I don't know.
No, they are.
It flips from week to week, because then, because after Saquon had that game against the Rams, then Saquon was in the mix. But then now, Saquon, he didn't have he didn't have a 100-yard game this week against the Steelers, so now he's probably out of the mix.
Right.
Which is
even though he's still gonna probably run over 2,000 yards.
And
sorry, and I was just gonna say, I add on to that, Joe Burrow's been leading the league in passing, and just no one's talking about.
He has no shot.
Well, but his team's trash.
But he's not going to get making the playoffs.
Bro's having a historic season. Now I feel bad.
Oh man, if he's on a decent team though, it's we definitely be talking about him more.
But the crazy part is the Bengals is supposed to be he had Jamar Chase this year. It wasn't like he didn't have Jamar Chase. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure.
I know Higgins was hurt a little bit. They really missed Joe Mixon. You could tell that running game suffered a lot. Suffered a lot. Yeah, but
their defense is horrendous, man.
I wanted to say this though, Randall. Going back to to Saquon and the Eagles real quick. If anyone has a good narrative or a story, Saquon Barkley's story. You were on this team that you were the team. You were the heart and soul of that team. They talk about it being an MVP. They pushed you away, right? You go to their division rival and you turn that team around completely. And look at the team that you left. And we want to talk about MVP narratives, and MVP is the most valuable piece, right? Look what happened to the Giants when Saquon left. That team has not. I mean, it was already trash, but it was completely been just a
dumpster fire.
Thank you, a dumpster fire this year. So MVP narratives, come on, So it just really, I told you it's been on my mind for a minute. So so it's been killing me though. Yeah, but yeah,
it's a lot of. There's a lot of moving parts towards the MVP. It's very, very fluid as far as criteria. But, I mean, either way, Lamar Jackson is great. Whether he wins MVP or not.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's go to Female Athlete of the Year. Some women have been balling out this year. But who's number one on our list? Matt, let's start with you.
I'm going to go with Asia Wilson, who is became a leader of that Las Vegas Aces team. She just signed a very lucrative deal with Nike. You know, she's a former champion. She averages 26 and 11 and like 2 blocks per game or something like that. I mean, she's arguably the best player in the whole league. I mean, she's as consistent as they come. You know, and last year was no different. You know, so I've got to show some love to the WNBA and go with Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces. I think the bigger things are to come for her as well.
Oh yeah, my favorite player in the W. My favorite player, and she got her own collection coming out through Nike too next year. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Randall, who you got?
So for the female athlete of the year, since it's an Olympic year, I'm gonna go with Simone Biles. She just added 2 more. She had 2 more gold medals and another silver to her collection. I believe she's now the most decorated gymnast of all time. She added to that legacy. So you know, and really, like she's really set the standard as far as like in gymnastics. You know, she's really raised the bar in that sport. So I'm going to go with Simone Biles.
All right. Nice pick. Nice pick. One of my favorite athletes of all time as well. Noah, who you got?
I got to go Sha'Carri Richardson on this one. I love Simone Biles, man. She's something special as well. But if you got someone like Sha'Carri Richardson, I mean, we're talking. She's pretty much like damn near our modern day FloJo. Like the way she carries herself. You know, the way that she runs, like it's just I looked last night, she has like the 6th fastest women 100-meter time ever. She's like a 10:65. And I don't know if y'all saw like the 4x1 relay in the Olympics this year with the women's, and the way she bailed us out in that race. There were like 2, I think it was like Canada and someone else in front in that last leg. She just just flew by them. She smoked them, and so it was awesome to see that, and the way that she really has overcome adversity in her past too, to become to stay as winning as she is now and claiming the golds and everything. So I got to give her the credits for that. So shout out Sha'Carri.
Yeah, shout out to Sha'Carri. Hamilton, female athlete of the year.
Female athlete of the year. I'm going to go with Stewie. I'm going to go with Breanna Stewart. Dominated in the Olympics. I think that she really set the tone for the Liberty. And I think that they're going to be now a powerhouse for years to come. Another thing we haven't really mentioned is that, you know, the Liberty and the Aces, that's going to be, that's a great storyline for the WNBA as far as, you know, 2 big powerhouse teams with 2 big names, arguably the biggest and greatest talents in the league. You know, I think of the Lakers Celtics days with Magic and Bird. Well, now you have, you know, Asia and Stewie. And so I think it's great for WNBA, and it just really shows where female basketball is at right now. And it's a good time.
Yeah. Fun fact, Breanna Stewart is from Syracuse.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know.
Nice.
I seen her when I was going downtown. I seen her on this mural on this building. I'm like, why is she on her? Kind of find out she's from Syracuse, New York. Yeah, interesting. The answer I'm going to give y'all is Caitlin Clark.
Hey.
Caitlin Clark ended her Iowa career as the greatest scorer in the women's college basketball history. Moved the needle in the W from day one. Like we haven't seen before since, I want to say like Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, Maya Moore. Like it was a big seismic shift. I know it comes with a lot of controversy with her, but she's handled it like a champ. She's been very mature about it. She's worked her butt off, won Rookie of the Year, but she was the catalyst of the Fever going from worst to in the playoffs. And 2025 looks to be even a bigger year for not only Caitlin Clark, but for her Indiana Fever team. She's been in the gym too. She's been working. And just for her to come in and show poise throughout a year where she was heavily criticized and she's getting pushed from left to right, I got to applaud her for that. So I'm going to go with Caitlin Clark.
Hell yeah. That was my backup pick too.
Especially being so young. Being so young too.
Yeah.
So young.
Isn't she leading the league in like assists or something?
She might have. I'm not. I gotta check back on that. But yeah, she was like towards the top for assists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention that she was like, if I'm not mistaken, she was the first rookie to ever record a triple double. So she was doing some things this year.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
And then one point I wanted to piggyback off of you, Stacey, was that Caitlin Clark never really had a quote unquote off season. She didn't win. She was in the tournament, and then after the tournament, she really immediately went to the WNBA. And we saw like that first, 10, 15, 20 games where, like you said, she was getting beat up on, pushed around, a little physical, just getting acclimated to what the new game is. Well, remember, there was that little pause for them during the Olympics for them to get some rest. She wasn't on the team. The Caitlin Clark I saw when she came back just from that little break, right now, now that she got a full offseason to rest, to really look at things, to train, she's going to be scary next season. Scary.
Lethal.
Yeah, before long, she'll be MVP.
Yep.
She's headed that way.
Yeah, she's headed that way. All right, let's go to the most shocking moment in sports of 2024. Know some moments that stuck out to y'all head, maybe a little thorn on your side, maybe y'all teams were on the bad end of things. But in your mind, what is the most shocking moment of 2024? Randall.
I would say one of the most shocking upsets, I think, really just happened a couple of weeks ago when Michigan knocked off Ohio State. I think Ohio State, what were they like? I think they were 13, 14. They were up there. They were double-digit favorites going into that game. And then for Michigan to pull off that upset, especially given the stake of the rivalry game, and then also just given all the hoopla after the game with them sticking the flag in the middle of the field. Really just the drama of that aspect. And then Michigan, after not coming off of a national championship and not, having a stellar season, in the first season post Harbaugh, for them to get that victory over Ohio State and for Ohio State to lose like that at the Big House, that really was I would say that was one of the more shocking moments in this whole 2024 year.
Oh yeah. And shout out to college sports rivalries. They really be turning up the heat every year. Every year is big animosity and the games be great. So yeah, that was a big upset. Matt, what is your most shocking moment of 2024?
This brings back some bad memories. Gotta go with Game 7 of the second round of the playoffs. I saw Rudy Gobert turn around and hit a freaking fadeaway jump shot. At that point, I knew we were cooked. I mean, what do you do at that point? We had it in the first half too. I don't know. It seems to be a habit with Denver sports lately, blowing first half leads. But man, if we're talking most shocking, that's definitely got to top it.
Yeah, you could have just used that moment of that shot. Who the hell saw that coming?
Yeah. The basketball gods hated us that night.
I know. Noah, what was your most shocking moment this year?
Respect to you, Matt, for admitting that one, man. I for using that one, man. I gotta respect that one first off. But my most shocking moment for sure is definitely the Commanders' Hail Mary against the Bears.
That was my second pick.
Yeah, it's wow. Talk about miracles, man. Because one of my best friends, he's a Commanders fan. I wasn't watching with him, but holy cow, dude! I could not imagine what that guy was feeling after that, man. The Bears, if you win by Hail Mary, you obviously should have lost the game. It's just a desperation throw. Tyreek Stevenson, you tip it up, and Noah Brown's just chilling back in the end zone, and that's a play that's going to be known forever throughout history. It's not going to end. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a shocking moment right there for sure.
Yeah, it probably led the way to the Bears just going on a downward spiral.
Yeah,
they went 4-2 after that, right?
They were 4-2 before going into that game.
They were 4-2, but okay.
Yeah.
Haven't won a game since.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh wow,
it's crazy.
No, bro, they haven't won a game since.
Nope. They've lost 8 or 9 in a row. It's crazy.
8 in a row.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Hamilton. Most shocking moment this year.
My most shocking moment was having to watch the great Mike Tyson knock out.
Hey, yo, before I knew you was gonna pick that. He was gonna pick that.
My most shocking moment, Stacey, was when I lost. I watched my money go out of my hand to another man because I bet on the great Mike Tyson that Mike was gonna knock him out. That just for 30 seconds to 1 minute, we was gonna see just that sliver of who we knew. And I was very shocked by just to watch the man who was going like this, and all the videos all of a sudden look like this. So that was my most shocking moment of 2024. Sports moment.
I know
that is.
It's like nostalgia kind of bites you there because you think, like you said, you think Mike Tyson just gonna turn back the clock to the 90s, but on the other side, man, he's 58. Like I knew Jake Paul was gonna win the fight.
Yeah, I think we all did.
I didn't want him to win, but I knew he was gonna win.
I didn't think he was gonna win. I didn't think he was gonna win. I'll be honest with you. I got on that hill. I thought that I was gonna be like, okay, Mike's really about to 2 minutes. That's all Mike needs. About 20 seconds into that fight, 30 seconds into that fight, I was like, yeah.
It's okay, man. It's not okay, but it's gonna have to be okay.
Yeah, they both got a bag, right? They won.
That was a goal. Walk out here and go.
They both won.
What did Mike make? Like 20 mil off that fight?
Oh man.
Have you ever got 20 mil off a fight before?
I really don't know that question, but I would. Well, I don't know. And the only reason why I said I don't know is because, money's different now how it was in the 80s. But I'm sure if you were to adjust for inflation, I'm pretty sure Mike was making up there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah, he's still one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He's chilling right now, and he's $20 million richer. So I think he'll be all right. But my most shocking moment, I'm going back to college football, and I think this is a bigger shocker than Michigan, Ohio State, when Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
What? Vanderbilt beat Alabama. I don't even have to explain why I think that. Just saying it. Vanderbilt beat Alabama. We talking about Alabama coming off Nick Saban, still got Jalen Milroe, one of the top prospects, Ryan Williams at wide receiver, always have a great defense. You lose to Vanderbilt, who they ain't even have a good season. So what you lose for?
Goalpost in the river.
I just don't think. I think that Alabama's cooked. I think that the Nick Saban era is over, and I think a loss like that against Vanderbilt, to me, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, this confirms that the Alabama that we knew is no more. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you, is Jalen Milroe that nice?
He's nice, bro.
Cool. He all right.
He's 8 out of 10.
Oh, let me ask you again, because I heard nice. I heard 8 out of 10. I heard all right. Is he?
Right.
Is he really that good? Is he special?
I don't know about special.
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
Is he a starting NFL quarterback? How about that? Let me ask you that.
That's the question.
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Oh, wait, you think so?
What?
Yeah.
What?
I do. Eventually, I'm not about right away, but eventually.
No. Because my man is he about to go to the league. He's what, a junior this year, senior? He been Milroe, he going to the league. There's no eventually is next year, brother. So you know what I mean. So I'm like, does he look like a? Let me ask that question one more time for y'all. Does Jalen Milroe really look like a starting NFL quarterback?
I can see him being a backup and possibly his ceiling maybe a bridge starter.
But is Jalen Milroe better than Stetson Bennett?
Yes.
You think so? Oh, really?
Yes.
I think they're kind of in that same.
You just no.
Yeah, I would say he's better.
Not Stetson Bennett, bro. I'm sorry.
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett.
Hey, we gonna see. We gonna see.
No, I don't think he's going to be a superstar.
I'm not saying he's going to be trash or anything like that. There's nothing about his game, in my opinion, that I'm like, okay, when he gets to the next level, it's going to be on and cracking. To me, he's not that great of a passer. He's not really an athletic, run out the pocket type of person. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of those guys that benefits off of having really good weapons around him. And so if you're going to be a pretty good draft pick, that means you're going to be on a pretty weak team. And so I just don't see him having those same weapons. I can see him struggling. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. I don't count nobody out. I want everyone to be successful, but when I look at him, I'm just I feel like Alabama has had some great like quarterbacks before that. Like, okay, yeah, this guy's gonna be something, or he's gonna do something. But I don't know.
I feel like I can see him taking like a couple years learning behind someone first, a year or two learning behind someone first before taking the realm, if anything. But that's in an ideal
They
situation.
don't do that for
so
these
we'll
rookie
see.
QBs no more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's like in an ideal situation, you know. So it's like we'll see.
Let's go ahead and go to our favorite game of this year, 2024. Game that you saw personally, whether it's on TV or you were there live. Randall, start us off.
Well, I did see Saquon go off like against the Rams like in person. So that would be my.
Why did you? Why? No. Why? Come on, man. You gonna do this to me? You gonna do this to me?
No.
You gonna do this? You gonna do this to this?
That wasn't actually gonna be my moment, but and that's my in-person moment. But the actual moment overall, I would actually say it would be I would say the most like exciting moment that I saw like just watching on TV was Noah Lyles winning the 100-meter, just given how close that race was. Like that was like, I mean, seeing those guys go neck and neck and then just see it basically like Noah just like get it just like with that close. I mean, like for a 100-meter race, I mean, that was absolutely riveting television, and just watching his reaction afterwards, you know, because you know how he's boisterous, has like that kind of cocky, appeal. So like just seeing him like basically tell folks that he was going to win the gold and seeing him go out there and actually do it, that really was a special moment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He talks a lot, but he'll back it up.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And I like that in people. If you can talk that and actually back it up, like I respect that, man. Because that's
you got to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ultimate confidence.
Yeah.
All right, what was your favorite game that you witnessed this year, Noah?
Honestly, this might be an obscure one, but I'm gonna say I really liked watching the Steelers and Commanders game earlier this year. I was watching it with my buddy who's a Commanders fan as well, so that kind of made it more fun. But that just came down right to the wire, man. That was every single second like type of game, man. Like watching Russ fall out and throw that game-winning touchdown to Mike Williams in the corner was pretty lit. And then that last drive with the Commanders, coming up short on that last conversion, and then us like closing out that game on that encroachment on the D line, man. That was a lot going on in that game, man. So it was a whole roller coaster, man, from start to finish.
You couldn't help yourself and not pick something Steelers related, huh?
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
This year I checked out the Lakers versus OKC Thunder. I actually went to that game in person, so I'm gonna go with that game. That game was fun. Got to see up close the talent level of Shea. Shea's talent level up close from like actually seeing with my own eyes was spectacular. He is completely fundamentally sounded. His handle to be 6'7" is spectacular. The Lakers were able to win that game. LeBron, if I'm not mistaken, had a triple-double that game, so I actually got to see LeBron get a triple-double with my own eyes, which was pretty cool. He was doing his thing. I had went to a previous Laker game earlier that season where AD didn't show up at all, so to watch him come up big, I think he dunked on Chet Holmgren in that game, if I'm not mistaken. So it was pretty dope. The energy was amazing, and so that was pretty fun game I got to watch.
Nice. Matt, what was your favorite game that you watched this year, whether it was in person or on TV?
So I'm going to go with January 4th, Nuggets at Warriors when Nikola Jokic hit a 39-footer to win the game against the Warriors. We were down 20, I believe, that game, and we were looking cooked going into that fourth quarter. And I actually turned it off for a little bit, and pretty soon, I can't remember if it was like either my wife or my father-in-law. He's texting me. He's like, "You got to turn this game back on," and whatnot. And sure enough, I turned it right on, right when Jokic shot that shot. And just when the man can, I don't think the man can do anything else. He does that. So I've got to go with that.
Oh, yeah. Great. My favorite game that I watched this year in person, Randall, I don't know if you was paying attention, but the Syracuse men's basketball double overtime win against Youngstown State. I was not only at the game, but I was reporting on the game too.
Mhm.
And then just to watch them climb back, get the victory, had me on the edge of the seat. They should have won the game in the first damn overtime. They was up by 8 points, and they let them come back and miss the free throws. But I've never seen a double overtime game in person at the college level. And that was just amazing to watch. JJ Starling went off. He had like 38 points, I think. And also to go in the locker room and just watch other people interview him after the game, it was like, a great moment. So that was my favorite game.
Yeah, the dome was going crazy in there, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was packed. It was going wild. Yeah. Yeah, and then I just remember seeing JJ going to the when they was about to close it out, second overtime. He took a long, deep breath. He was tired. He was tired, and he knocked down both them free throws and sealed the deal. So shout out to Syracuse, shout out to the Cuse Nation.
Hey, but I may have to pay a visit next season when Cayenne plays there.
Oh,
I might have to go. I got to go see him play, whether it's at the Dome or whether they come out here and play, Cal or Stanford.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely want to see that, and football games too.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to see them go against North Carolina. All right, let's look to 2025 real quick. What player or team or event or situation is on your radar for 2025, Matt?
I'm going to go with my Denver Broncos. They've already surpassed my expectations. I'll call my own self out here on our football preview. I had them only winning 2 games this year.
Damn.
Wow.
I had lost hope. I'm not joking. So the fact that they're at 9 wins, they lost last night, you know what? I can't be mad no matter how the season ends. And with how good Bo Nix has looked, it looks like we finally got our QB of the future. The defense, I know they've had a couple off weeks, but it's looking stout with Patrick Surtain and Nick Bonito. Got to give Bonito a shout out. He's one of the more underrated edge rushers in the league. I think the future is bright for the Broncos, and it'll be fun times in the Mile High again soon.
2? Like 2? Like 2?
I after the past 9 years have not been kind to me. Okay.
Quarterback purgatory.
Man.
Oh man. Going about the Broncos. I thought Bo Nix was gonna be good.
Me too, dude. Yeah,
I was a believer in Bo Nix.
Hell yeah. Glad to see him do well, man.
Yeah. Good for him. Hamilton, 2025. What you looking forward to?
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I'm 2025 is where my intent is start to really go up. LeBron James is not going to be in the NBA forever.
Yeah.
I've been telling myself and others that LeBron James has about 5 more years left for like 10 years now. I'm at the point where it's really starting to feel like the time is coming. And 2025 we're seeing it already with the NBA. I've been talking about this with the NBA for about 2-3 years now with this decline and with everything that's been happening with the NBA. In my opinion, LeBron is one of the people that's keeping the NBA afloat. And I feel like he's starting to feel the gravity of that pressure to be 40 years old, to be the guy who still has to continue to try to win championships. Because quite frankly, when he leaves the league, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to probably be turned away from the game. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen next as far as the career of LeBron James, as far as where the NBA, the league is headed. I'm very curious and I'm concerned. So that's really about for 2025.
Yeah, some people were saying that he could stay in the league until Bryce James get an opportunity to be drafted, so that way he had both his sons in the league, then he'll leave. But I was thinking, I'm like, man, this looked like his last year. It feels like his last year.
I think next year will be his last year.
Yeah, well,
I can see that.
Fellas, it's getting to the point where, like, remember Kobe at the end, where it's just like, man, like, and even though LeBron from a talent perspective, he has not fallen off in my opinion. But you're starting to just look at this guy and you're like, man, okay, like you guys aren't going nowhere. You're not getting no pieces. It's looking like the organized, just like with Kobe, they was cool and comfortable with whoever was just on the court. What are you doing eventually? You already won 4 championships. If you're not, you're LeBron James. You're not in it to be in the conference finals or to be in the play-in. You're LeBron. And if you're not winning championships, and it's been 4, almost 5 years now. So it's like, what are you doing, bro? Okay, you got Bronny in there. If you're telling me, hey, you're waiting for Bryce and mission complete, for sure, then I can see that and respect it. But outside of that, it's like it's getting to a point where the Lakers championship was so long ago. You can't say that it hasn't lived up to what it was supposed to live up to.
Yeah, we'll see about that situation in 2025. Noah, what you looking forward to in sports in 2025?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing how our quarterback situation is going to go in Pittsburgh, man. I got to assume that we re-sign Russ. I'm honestly not sure if we're going to re-sign Justin as well. So that's definitely something that's going to be on my mind. But overall, man, I'm just looking forward to see, even if we do just keep Russ, man, I'm looking forward to see how he turns out the rest of his career in Pittsburgh, man. I mean, talk about a whole revival in your career. I mean, wow, he really exceeded my expectations for sure, and just glad to see him revive his career and enjoy his time playing again.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like an underrated situation in the NFL as far as storylines. Like Pittsburgh, you've been a pillar of excellence, making to the playoffs year after year, winning under Mike Tomlin. But at some point, like you got to establish some sort of future.
Yeah.
Like who you gonna look forward to on that team? So we'll see about that. Randall, your 2025 watch list. Who you got?
Well, it comes out to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing whether we can complete this Super Bowl run. You know, we made it to the Super Bowl and lost a heartbreaker to Kansas City 2 years ago. Last season we started off 10-1. And then we fell apart at the end of the season. You know, and this season, you know, we add Saquon. You know, Vic Fangio has done an absolutely unbelievable job with the defense. You know, I remember during the preseason episode, you know, Ham was kind of getting at me, you know, about Big Fangio, but you know, he's definitely come through for us. I think the so-called controversy last couple weeks ago, I think it was overblown, but I think it's really because we have so many experienced, battle-tested guys in our locker room. Like we've had such a high standard about getting back to the Super Bowl that this is AJ and Jalen trying to work it out amongst themselves, trying to make sure that we are on point when it comes to when we get in the playoffs, because it's really Super Bowl or bust when it comes to this Philadelphia Eagles football team. Like we have to finish the job. So really that's the main thing I'm looking forward to next season is whether we can finish the job.
Yeah, and people don't have the Eagles as like outside of Philly or Pennsylvania, they don't have the Eagles as like a viable Super Bowl winning team. It's like they expect them to fold at some point. They won like 9 in a row, 10 in a row?
9 in a row, right?
11? Yeah. They hot right now. They hot at the perfect time too. Despite what you want about Jalen Hurts, he's getting it done.
Yeah.
He's getting it done.
We've been in the playoffs every single year with Jalen and Sirianni as the coach.
Yeah, they've been great.
Yep.
We won 10 games every year, like 10 plus games the last 11 plus games the last 3 years.
And the one reason why I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl outside of Jalen Hurts and Saquon is y'all be getting all these damn top free agents every single year for the past 2 years. Do something. Do something with them.
Hey man, Howie makes it happen, man. Howie Roseman, man, one of the top GMs in the league, man. He always makes it happen.
Yeah. God damn props for that. All right, so on my watch list, I'm watching the whole league of the WNBA. Let's see where they go from 2024, which was a crazy year, good and bad. A lot of storylines connecting with each other, from Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese. Got, like Hamilton mentioned, the Liberty and Aces rivalry. Hopefully they'll market that. Then you got the Golden State Valkyrie team. Their first year is next year. So it's going to be an exciting time in the W. I'm just going to be looking forward to see how they do now. Now they operating on a different level. Like they got more eyes on them now, more critics. What do you do with that? And now this is going to be their, I think, 29th year.
it's that time where you got to now start making a profit now. Is next year, would that be the start? And then don't forget, they got a Toronto and Portland team coming down the line too. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm excited because they got a lot of talent going into next year. Like Paige Beckers is going in. She's going to be the first overall pick. And then soon after, a couple years down the line, you got Juju Watkins going to be in there. So it's definitely a great time in the W.
Yeah, Paige and Juju are so nice.
All right, y'all, let's wrap up the episode. Let's celebrate ourselves. All 5 of us, we've worked hard this year. We are in different avenues. We don't do just thank you, Hamilton, clapping it up. We don't just do sports talk. You know, we got people that run creative organizations. We got people that's write. We got performers, music artists, working everyday jobs, just hustling. Let's celebrate ourselves, go through our proudest moments this year of 2024 personally, like something that you real proud of that you did, big or small. Matt, let's start with you.
I'm just gonna go with just expanding my brand, not just as a sports writer, but starting the year. I never thought I would start my own show under your umbrella, Stacey. So I'm really proud of that, and thank you for that. And I also just recently got an offer to do some broadcasting for some home basketball games.
Yeah.
Hometown, so I'm thinking on it, but I'm thinking I might try to take them up on it. And,
you should.
My name more out there, so
Hell yeah.
I guess I'm just glad I'm taking more chances.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, definitely take that. Definitely. What you most proud of this year?
First of all, I want to thank you, Stacey, and everyone else here for us keeping us SOS going for as long as we've been going. So
yes, sir.
I want to shout out you guys for that. But my most proud moment for this year is definitely being able to get off my feet earlier than I thought it would be off of my knee surgery recovery. I had it in beginning of May.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of went out for a bit on my own and just doing my own thing and staying inside all the time. And to consider, I've been I recorded a few music videos last month or so, last few weeks, and for me to be able, and I was performing still in a couple events, but if I think for me to be able to even do that and make the most out of that with the circumstances I was given, I think that means a lot to me, and I think that really shows the amount of dedication I really show myself in to having it. So I got to give myself props for that one. I think that's definitely a highlight of 2024 for me.
Yeah, you definitely got to give yourself props. I had a ankle injury in 2023, so it took me 3 months to recover, and I had a walking boot, crutches, and the brace. And now, and connected that with how athletes and how they go through their injury, it's really a tough thing to get yourself through mentally. Just being inactive, just sitting around. And I remember you was doing episodes laying on your back in your bed. I'm like, man, this don't look like Noah at all. This is un-Noah-like.
The main thing that I'm proud of this year is just the fact that that I have that I'm grateful for you, Stacey, for having the opportunity to do this. Just like Matt said, I didn't think that I'd be having my own show or be part of having my own YouTube show, doing the Palm Tree Perspective show, and getting online, getting on YouTube is something that I've always wanted to do. It's something that I've had in mind for a few years now, but up until towards the end of last year when I finally hopped on a couple episodes of SOS, that's really when I finally got the chance. That's why I finally got the opportunity to finally do it and finally put myself out there like that. And now that I'm finally doing it, I'm finally getting to the flow of it. Now I'm realizing that, this is possible. This is something that, I really can actually do this. This is something that, if I keep working at this and all of us keep working at this, we can really build this thing into something special. So really, that's the main thing that I'm proud of this year, is the fact that I've been able to, and kind of punch fear in the face in that sense, and just finally put myself out there and put this content out there. So that's really the main thing that I've been proud of this year, and also just being able to grow. Just even doing my writing, for VST. I got a chance to cover. I got a chance to cover the baseball championships at Dodger Stadium earlier this year. So that was another special thing that I got to do this year. So really, I'm just I'm grateful for, the growth that I've had in that sense as far as doing sports media, and I'm just looking forward to continue to build on it going forward in the future in 2025 and beyond.
Awesome. And I do want to apologize, Randall and Hamilton. I really do need to check my other email. That's the same email that I use for music, and I don't check it, and I missed some of the marks. So that's on me. All right, Hamilton, what you most proud of this year?
So 2024, one of the biggest lessons that I learned this year was just believing in myself more, trusting in myself more, understanding where my path is, understanding where I need to be, and being okay with that. And I enrolled back into school, so I'm going back to school now, and just doing a couple other things with myself and taking charge of my life. So that's 2024 for me.
Yeah, nice. What school?
Gonna be going to CBD college, get my degree in applied sciences. So shout out CBD college.
All right, nice. Yeah, that's what's up. For me, I got quite a few moments. One, March, completing the LA Marathon. One of the hardest things I've ever done. Very ill, test you out mentally. Like physically, I was ready, but mentally, from mile 20 to 26, oh man, talking about hitting your limits and just trying to. That was tough, but it was worth it at the end. So I got to go for that. Then coming here to Syracuse, getting into the grad program, almost straight A's. I got a couple bones to pick. A couple people give me goddamn A minuses. Like I deserve the 4.0. You're gonna give me an A minus, but it's all good though. So, and then just immersing myself in my career here at Syracuse, getting into acting and continue to evolve as far as like sports, media, and then also really getting back into rapping. It's something that I wanted to do for a while, and I think this year I experienced some sort of renaissance, and I'm just proud that I'm just keep on chipping away with that and looking forward to a big 2025.
Hell yeah, Stacey. I gotta listen to the rest of your album tonight.
Appreciate it. Well, that was the end of the episode, and that's the end of the year for Stacey on Sports. Once again, I'm your host, Stacey Carter II, joined by always Matt, Noah, Hamilton, Randall. Follow us everywhere on social media, Stacey on Sports. We still got some content on the way to close out the year, including our After 100 documentary. But besides that, we'll see y'all in 2025, bigger, brighter, and better than ever. Thank you, everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's go. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.